everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, we have such an exciting reading vlog today. I am so excited. This is probably the most excited I've been about a reading vlog in a hot minute. I've done this before on my channel, and every time some of my favorite books ever are with this reading vlog. We're gonna read anticipated new releases. Some perfect books for this vlog, and I can't wait to read them, and I can't wait to talk about them, and I can't wait to share it with you. A big new release that came out literally 3 days ago for me as I'm filming this. Hell the fuck yeah. You know exactly what this is. You know exactly what this is. If you don't, let me tell you, this is Alchemized by youuuu. Now, if you are an OG and you've been here since I started my channel, last year I made a reading vlog of me reading my first ever AO3 fanfiction. You know that fanfiction was Manacled. So when I tell you I'm so excited about this, I'm so excited. So I read Manacled last summer, and I really enjoyed it. I liked it. I had fun reading it. It was not what I expected at all, and I went into Manacled completely blind and knew nothing about it. Yeah, it turned out to be way better than I expected it to be. If you don't know now, the fan fiction got changed, obviously, and got traditionally published. They had to change everything that surrounds Harry Potter because Manacled was a Harry Potter fanfiction, a Dramani, like Draken and Hermione fanfiction. And yeah, so they changed the background kind of vibe, like the Harry Potter like elements. Let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. It is over 1,000 pages. What do you mean the page number is 4 digits? Scary, like not gonna lie, terrifying. Look at that. So stunning. And Manacled is bigger than this, so they must have cut stuff out. I know nothing. I don't know what she changed, how she made the background, like the magic system. I don't know, because she has to change that stuff because they can't do like Expecto Patronum, you know what I mean? So I'm so excited to see how like that's gonna be changed. But yeah, we're gonna start it today. I have the whole day off, so you better believe that's what I'm doing the whole day. I'm busy today. This is the plans. So let's start reading Alchemized by youuuu. This is a spoiler-free reading vlog, so don't worry, you're not gonna get any spoilers. I was about to like film a cute little video of me like starting the book. There's no way I can read this book physically. I'm gonna have to have it on Kindle. There's no way. Like even just holding it, my arms are gonna hurt. Like I can't read this. It's beautiful, but not practical. Let me go grab my Kindle. That's better. I can hold this and not get a backache. I'm so excited. Okay, so I have read the first like couple of chapters. Chapters are quite long also. I've read like around 35 pages. What I found so interesting is how she changed the magic system. Obviously she had to, like she had no choice. She had to change the magic system. And I think she was very smart. She made this whole thing about undyings and like these dead people, they're used as vessels, and I think it's so smart because obviously that's not a thing in Manacled. We haven't met Draco, but I think in this book it's called Cain. Yet I don't know what it's like reading this book as someone that has not read Manacled, obviously, but I think it would be very confusing when you start reading this book because you kind of get dropped in, because I know what's happening. For me it's easy peasy. Actually I'm enjoying it. I'm finding it quite easy to read because it's almost like I'm doing a reread, but at the same time, one, I don't remember everything because I don't have a great memory with books, especially like a 2,000 pages fan fiction. I'm not gonna remember everything, there's no way. And because there's different elements, so some stuff she changed, so it's almost like I'm doing a reread, but at the same time I'm reading a new book. Such a unique experience, and I'm having fun. I'm having a great time. I think if you read Alchemized without having read Manacled, you're probably a bit fucking confused at the beginning. She kind of like drops a lot of information about the world building and about the magic system, because she didn't have to do that in Manacled because the world and the magic system were already established by another piece of literature. She just assumed that you knew Harry Potter, because if you were reading a Harry Potter fanfiction, most likely you knew about Harry Potter. So in this case, she has to drop the lore of the magic system and the world building. She has to tell you this time around, because she didn't the first time around. So I'm noticing that she's dropping quite a lot. It's a lot to take in with the plot at the same time, but because I'm not taking in the plot, I'm just taking in the world system, it's fine for me. I'm gonna read a bit more and then I'll come back to you. I've read a bit more. Let me check actually where I am. I'm on page 100, guys. I've read 100 pages, which I think that's where I'm gonna stop today. We get introduced to Theron, Kane, Draco. It's very interesting how she changed an aspect of, I keep saying Hermione, Helena, which I am so happy about. I'm so happy about, because there was one thing in Manacled that I fucking hated. I hated so much, and it was like a very big plot point that I found so hard to digest, and so I couldn't get over it. I think so far she's changed that. So far that has not happened. There's something so different in this book that's gonna change everything about it's impossible. Surely that's gonna change. I'm kind of enjoying this more. I'm gonna read more tonight. I'll probably see you tomorrow with hopefully a little bit more of an update, because it feels like you've read so much. Oh, I've read 100 pages. I'm not even 10% in. I'm not even 10% in. So I've actually read more last night and today. I finished part 1. It's part 1 out of 3. The story is divided in 3 parts. You have the present, flashback, back to the present. So I finished the first half of the present, and now I'm gonna get to the flashback. But really, the flashback is the story. I'm at 278. This is where I am. You'd say 278, that's like a whole book. I'm not even near halfway. So far it's going good. I really am enjoying it. That thing that I thought was not gonna happen happened, but not as badly as Manacled, so I'll take it. I think she did that way better in the book than in the fanfiction. I'm now going to the flashbacks and I'm so excited. I want to know about the flashbacks. It's kind of like a little game. Every time she mentions a character, I'm like, is that Harry? Is that Ginny? I don't know about the flashback as much as I know about the present, so it's kind of fun that I get to have like a full-on new story about them. But yeah, so far so good. I'm having fun. I literally am looking forward to reading it. I thought it was gonna drag because I know what's happening, so like I'm not, but no, I'm excited because this is I didn't say this is a painful book. Did I tell you what's the book about? I don't think I told you. So you have Helena, and she is a prisoner of war. She has been kept in like a cell in a tank for 14 months. She was part of the revolution, and the revolution lost. They didn't win the war, they lost. So everyone she knows died, has been brutally killed. She's gone through hell already, and now she has been found and she is a prisoner of war. They found out that she has like some sort of like block in her brain. She's got some magic hiding some of her memories. They don't know who did this to her. She doesn't know who did this to her because she doesn't remember. She can't remember a good almost like 2 years of her life prior to the end of the war. She's missing bits. She's got like holes in her memory. She gets sent to the High Reeve, this like very scary man who's been killing everyone that has survived of the revolution. And this High Reeve is Kane. She's his prisoner, and his job is to like look through her brain with magic to like unlock these memories. And then we find out who put this lock on her brain. Then once she unlocks her memories, you get the flashbacks, and then you get the whole story. You get to see the whole story. I don't know what it's like reading it without the knowledge of Manacled, but so far I think it's very easy to understand. And obviously this is dark romantasy book, so yeah, there's a love story. Hello everyone, I haven't talked to you in a couple of days. I've been reading more. Look what just arrived. Yesterday was the release of The Life of a Showgirl, so I got the vinyl today. I read quite a lot the last couple of days. I'm halfway through, like 50%. I can't really tell you a lot of the things because everything is kind of a spoiler, especially because I'm in the flashbacks now. There's a lot of things that she's changed in the book compared to Manacled, and a lot of things that she's changed I'm really enjoying. I think the way she's done it, it's very smart, and I need to... This is so... Wow! What the hell? This is so unique, the way it's made. Like there's glitter Anyway, sorry, I got carried away. It's still a very long book, but it doesn't feel like it because I'm reading it quite quickly. I'm just enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. I think I like Kane more than I liked Draco. I'm telling you, some things that she removed, I'm so happy that they got removed. And some things that she added, I think they add to the story, and I think they're fun and nice. You know, I didn't really care about understanding fully the magic system. I get it enough, you know. But she dumped it on you. Like, you literally read it and you get this so many information at once about the magic system. That's the only thing that I have like a little critique about, but I don't really care about it that much. I find it less sad. I don't know if it's because I knew, but I remember in Manacled I was like, this is just so sad. This is just so sad. I'm not as sad reading Alchemized. I think Manacled is so much sadder so far. One of my favorite tropes ever in any books is taking care of the other when the other one is injured. And you get so much of this because she's a healer. I love that. You get so much of her taking care of him. But then there's a couple times that he had to take care of her, of them being injured, because obviously it's a war. So everyone gets injured all the time. So far, I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. I'm having a great time and I can't wait to go read, which I think it's a great sign. If you read Alchemized and thought, oh my God, it's very sad, Manacled is so much sadder. Manacled was drainingly sad at the beginning. I didn't find that with Alchemized. It's still sad, but not at that level. I am on the floor. Ignore that. I think I could finish part 2 soon, but I had a thought that I didn't know if I had shared with you yet. If you think that reading isn't political, Alchemized is the proof that that's wrong. Of course, there's some books that are more political than others. This is definitely a political book. Every time there's a resistance in any books, there's 2 sides and one is called the fucking resistance. It's a political book. Also, this one talks about religion quite a lot. And this was one aspect the Manacled didn't have. The resistance has a religious following. They believe in gods and they believe in soul, and that Luke is like the chosen one. And there's gods and they believe in the gods. I find religion the most interesting and fascinating topic of conversation ever. And I love reading about it too, especially in fantasy book where they don't use like Christianity or Buddhism. They use like a fictional religion, and I find that so interesting. And in this case, we do have a fictional religion, and the resistance is religious. On one side, it lights a very positive aspect of religion because it gives them hope, it gives them strength, and it gives them a reason to keep going, which is so important. But on the other side, they're definitely delusional. They're definitely delusional, especially on some things that they believe it's factually wrong. It's so political, but it's hidden behind like a fantasy dark romance. And I love when books do that. I love it so much. Also, one thing that I disliked in Manacled too, he's very possessive to an extent of being obsession. Is obsessively possessive, and he was the same in Manacled, and this is because his background. So he says the sentence, "You are mine," every single page. He says, "You're mine." Girl, we get it. She's yours. I don't do well with possessiveness in real life and in characters. So I don't love that. I don't love the "you're mine" every 2 seconds. It's not my thing. I perfectly understand it. It comes out of fear. It comes out of wanting to protect her. And then that could happen. That it did. So he had actually, fair enough that he was worried because the worst thing happened. That's the only thing that I dislike about Kane. I find Kane such an interesting character because he's not supposed to be good. You know how the enemies to lovers and the enemies becomes good for her? He doesn't give a fuck about becoming good. And I love that. Yeah, stay morally grey. Yes. I love that so much. But the only thing that I dislike about him is the "you're mine" every 2 seconds. But that's okay. I know where it's coming from. I thought I would struggle more to detach Manacled and Alchemized, but I'm actually sometimes I forget that Luke is Harry, that Soren was Ron. I was literally didn't even think about that. They're completely different characters to me, and I prefer Lila to Ginny so far. 12 past midnight, by the way. Going back to what I was saying about this book being political, there's a war. There can be a war in a book and the book not be political. It's
factually impossible. And it really does portray, I think, war very well, of like how fucking awful it is. Helena sees nothing after it. She doesn't see her future. She can't like visualize what her life is going to be after because she doesn't think she'll make it, which is like such a horrible way of living, of having absolutely no hope for the future. And I think that's what happens in war. And somehow she manages to still be nice, to be soft, to be lovely, to be helpful, to be kind to everyone. I think that's crazy, because if I was her, I would be fucking mad to everyone on her side and on the opposite side, because everyone is failing this girl. You know, she should be treated so much better. Also, one of my favorite thing of this book is because you get like a flashback, you get part 1 and part 2, conversation between them happen in both parts, and when you notice it, you actually want to die. Like, it's so sad but so beautiful. Like, there's some things that he would say in part 1 that it mean nothing when you read them, and then when you read part 2 and you notice that he has said that before to her, it literally hurts so bad. I am almost done. Like, I think I'm gonna be able to finish this today. I am at page 870. What I think I should say, just in case you're watching this and thinking of reading this book, if you're expecting a romantasy book, this isn't it. This is not a romantasy book. It's a dark fantasy with romance in it. I would almost say, I wouldn't say like the romance is the least important plot line, but it's not the most important, I would say. This is not a romantasy. It's more like a 1,000-page book that is more like a tragedy with war, PTSD, sexual assault, religious extremism, political violence and pain, just a lot of pain. And I think it talks about war so well. Even the people that get to live, they don't get to live, they just get to survive kind of vibe. Yeah, I think it's such an important topic that if you're waiting for a romantasy, enemies to lovers, daggers to the throat, this is not it. This poor girl was left in a tank for over a year by herself in the darkness. You know, it starts the book that you know that everyone she's known and loved died, and then you get to fucking see it. Like, it's not fun, you know. Some people are not gonna like him because he's extremely morally grey. No, actually, it's not even morally grey, he's just dark. He is unapologetically evil. He has no remorse on killing people. I don't think this is a book for everyone. I think you should read your trigger warnings with this one. It's very heavy, but it's not as heavy to me because I did read Manacled, so I knew exactly what I was getting into. Because of like a completely different magic system and background, there was one plot twist that I had no clue about because it wasn't in Manacled. So I actually was so surprised. I literally gasped. I was reading, I was like, I did not expect that. I did not see that coming. I actually really enjoyed that plot twist. Such a unique experience getting to read a book that you kind of have read, but at the same time, you don't. I just wanted to tell you that just in case you were expecting a cute, fun romantasy. This in it. Like, just look at it. This isn't fun. Look at it. It is 10 to midnight and I'm about to read the epilogue of Alchemized. It feels crazy because it's such a long book. It feels like you've read a series, but it's not. It's one book. That last line gets me every time. Every time. It's just so unfair, isn't it? That last line is just diabolical. And the picture, they put a picture there. But I didn't cry at Manacled and I didn't cry at Alchemized. Is this the first reading vlog when I'm not gonna cry? Who knows? You have to watch until the end to find out. I'm gonna tell you all my thoughts tomorrow because it's 1 a.m. We're here. I finished Alchemized last night. I can confirm, I can tell you for a fact, I believe Alchemized being better than Manacled. I think it's so much better. I think it's better written. I think it's better edited. Also, it's not as dark, in my opinion. I will never get over the ending. The last line is so diabolical. You just feel so much for this girl because I know it's a standalone, but it feels like you've read a fucking series. It's so long. It's just a lot happens. So you get to that point by the end that you know these people. By the end, there's like a big time jump. So you feel like you've known them since they were kids and now they're like full-on adults. I think you can kind of make a spin-off out of this. I don't think she will. I don't think so. But I would not mind a spin-off about a character at the end. If you read this book, you know who I'm talking about. I would love a spin-off about the 2 characters at the end. I'm just saying, suddenly new, I wouldn't mind. I would have never known that this was fan fiction. I 100% would recommend. I prefer that. I give it
4 stars. I was pleasantly surprised because I was a little bit skeptical, but yeah, no, great times. I think this is perfect for October, November time because it has like dark, spooky. We're gonna put this down and we're gonna pick up another book that I think would be a very anticipated new release that came out a couple weeks ago. Let me go get it. So the second book that we're gonna read in this reading vlog of anticipated new releases, it's Katabasis. I cannot wait to read this. This is the latest release by R.F. Kuang. Stark Academia with I think a bit of humor because it sounds funny from like the back of it. I have read Babel by R.F. Kuang, and if you've seen any of my videos, you know I'm so annoying about it because I loved it so much. I loved Babel so much. So I have high expectations about this. First of all, it's a beautiful copy. Both of these are stunning, aren't they? Look at these. These are both Waterstones editions. We have grad student Alice Law, and she's only ever had one goal: to become the brightest mind in the field of analytic magic. But the only person who can make her dream come true is dead, and inconveniently in hell. Of course. And Alice, along with her biggest rival Peter, is going after him. But hell is not as the philosophers claim. Its rules are upside down, and if she's going to get out of there alive, she and Peter will have to work together. That's if they can agree on anything. Will they triumph or kill each other trying? It will have some Greek, some Latin sprinkled in there, and I've studied it, so I always enjoy those references. Also, the title itself, Katabasis, means descent to hell in ancient Greek. I loved her writing, loved her characters. I don't know if there's any references to La Divina Commedia, probably called in English The Divine Comedy. It is one of the most famous pieces of literature in the world, written by this author called Dante Alighieri, and he's Italian, so I had to study his work. Everyone in Italy had to study his work. Yeah, this is how he envisioned hell. He envisioned it like with a lot of circles. Yeah, with like all the different circles of hell. So I wonder if she's taking out of him, or if she's taking out of other artists, or if she envisioned like a unique kind of hell in her universe. Yeah, these would be all the circles of hell in Dante Alighieri's work. If you've never read The Divine Comedy, it's a very hard read. It's not like a cute cozy read, but I strongly recommend. Studying Dante Alighieri is such like a rite of passage if you're Italian. Everyone has done it. Let's start Katabasis by R.F. Kuang. I am so excited. This off one sec. Do you know what I forgot to tell you earlier when I started the book? That Dante got mentioned on page 2. Do you know when I told you about, oh, Dante Alighieri, I wonder if she's gonna mention him? She literally mentioned him on page 2. Me and R.F. Kuang, man, we studied the same things. Page 2. Literally page 2. It's been a hot minute since I've talked to you. I've been reading Katabasis. So I am at page 178. So this is what I've read and this is what I've got left. So a while to go. I've just been very busy and not that well. I have a cough and a sore throat and I don't feel well. And it's been going for like a couple of days. So I haven't been reading as much as I wanted to. And I've been busy because I have bought a new bookshelf. If you missed my last couple videos, I made a vlog of me and my housemate getting the bookshelf and me building it, and then I made a whole video organizing the home library. But I'm back reading, and today I don't feel horrible. I still don't feel that well, but you know, I don't know if I give the vibe of someone that has studied a lot in her life, but I have. So much literature. I've studied Latin and ancient Greek. This is the shit I know. This is what I know. This is my bread and butter, you know? When you read this book, you can absolutely tell that this woman is extremely educated and with a lot of knowledge. Both Alice and Peter did a lot of research before going to hell. They didn't go to hell on a whim. They did research, months of research. So they researched Dante, they researched Aristotle, they researched the Aeneid to compare all of their different like experiences in hell of like past people that went to hell. So she mentions them in such a smart way, and she makes jokes that are so subtle. I'm sorry. That you would not know about if you didn't study this, right? These jokes are so smart that if you don't have at least 5 years of philosophy studied behind you, you wouldn't get them. And I love it because I do have 5 years of philosophy study. So to me, this is so entertaining. It's also very interesting the way it's narrated. It's very quick start, very quick going, like very fast paced the beginning. Like they're going to hell on chapter 1, they're there. Straight away, you're dropped into the middle of the story, but you understand everything. You know exactly what's going on. And then you catch up on things. So as things go on, Alice remember things. So you're slowly filling in all the holes that you have. Because I'm like, why do we care so much about this guy, about this professor? And now you get all the informations in. So far, there's no romance, but there's obviously like a slight attraction between the two. Peter and Alice, they kind of dislike each other, but at the same time, you can tell they really respect each other. So I'm excited to see how the romance goes, because I've never read a romance written by R.F. Kuang, because I only have read Babel by her. Things that I want to find out, that I'm sure I will. So I'm interested in knowing, you know? Like, why is Peter there? I feel like Peter is hiding something. I feel like he has a different motive than her, and we don't know yet. She's mentioning a lot of paradoxes. Sorry, I don't feel well, so if I sound weird, that's why. But she's mentioning a lot of paradoxes. I have a favorite paradox. My favorite paradox is, this sentence is false. This statement is false. It's like me saying, all Italians lie. Okay, I'm Italian. So if I say all Italians lie, it means I'm lying. If the statement all Italians lie is a lie, it means that all Italians say the truth. But if all Italians say the truth, then the truth is that all Italians lie, right? It's a paradox. And she mentioned it right now. She literally said, we'll use the liar paradox, which is my favorite paradox. And I'm like, as if she's using... I think about that paradox, I'm not lying to you, every fucking day. It's my favorite paradox. I think about it so much. I talk about it to everyone. Me reading it, and I found my favorite paradox in the book. I'm like, this is my favorite paradox. The liar paradox is my favorite. Just wanted to let you know that my favorite paradox is in Katabasis. Oh my god, I never saw the background with 2 bookshelves. Look how cute that is. Oh my god. I didn't film yesterday because I don't know if you can hear. I am ill. But I managed to put some makeup on to not look like how I feel. You know? I'm gonna finish Katabasis today. I don't have much left. I'm really enjoying it, but it gets a bit repetitive at times. Like, I think some chapters can be cut. Like, it's very long. Also, I've said this before, I don't know how it would be like reading this book without having read and without having studied Dante Alighieri. Because when I tell you, it's every page. She mentions him every page, which makes sense because he's like one of the most famous poets in the world. The Divine Comedy is one of the most famous pieces of literature that mentions a travel, a Katabasis, a travel to hell, a descent to hell. So it makes sense that it's mentioned a lot. It's just the only thing that I didn't expect, it was how much it got mentioned. It's literally every chapter multiple times. I am enjoying it because I know what she's talking about. I get every reference because I've studied it for so many years, like a good decade of my life I've studied it. But if someone hasn't read it, it might be like, oh, what the fuck is this guy that she keeps mentioning? It might be a bit annoying, I think. I don't know. It's very well written. It's quite funny at times. The male main character, Peter, I love with everything in me. I love him. I know we still have to figure out something about him, but I think I have an idea because he's hiding something for sure. Her, she pisses me off at times, but she's like a woman in the 80s. She doesn't have the mentality of someone in the 21st century, okay? And she loves academic validation more than she loves almost empathy and ethical behaviors. She almost would rather have her professor praise her than do something right, you know? She would do anything to get to that point, even go to hell, you know? Even the fact that they're in hell, it's insane. I know she feels responsible for his death. He was horrible, this professor, and she still praises him and she still talks about him like he was God. She can piss me off sometimes, but I know it's not her fault. She was like brainwashed to think like this. The romance hasn't romanced yet. Subtle subplot, which I enjoy. I'm gonna go get some painkillers in me because you don't understand how big my migraine is right now. And then once that kicked in, I'm gonna finish this book today. Okay, we have finished reading Katabasis. Did I think this was a great book? Yes. Was it my favorite book I've ever read? Absolutely not. On one side, this book is like, for just the way it's written and preparation and research and knowledge of R.F. Kuang, this is a 5 stars. But for me, the plot and the characters, it's like a 3. So I'm gonna say it's a 4 stars. I enjoyed the ending. The ending was good. There was a plot twist that I did see coming, but like, because obviously, but at the same time, it was still cute. Still appreciated it. I know this is not romance, but like, you know, you say to hell with love. I thought there'd be more about the romance. I think a little bit more of the romance would have been nice. I enjoyed the characters. The characters were fun and different and layered and not like superficial, you know. It was so smart, the plot, but at the same time, sometimes it dragged. It could have been like more exciting at times. Like I was never on the never. I kind of like knew what was gonna happen every time somehow. Even like the last sentence of this book, it won't mean anything to you, but actually it has a big meaning. Like if you've read The Divine Comedy, the last sentence ties it back. That's one thing. That's why I'm gonna give it 4 stars, because I did really appreciate that. Both anticipated new releases delivered. They were both 4 stars, I think. Very different books, but both very like autumnal, fall vibes, you know, so this is the perfect time for both books. So I strongly recommend both of them. If you haven't read them, if somehow you managed not to read either Katabasis or Alchemized, even though they're everywhere on your For You page, yeah, I recommend them. They were fun, they were good. This is it for this video. I feel like I've been filming this video for so long because so much happened since. I think the last time you saw me, I was ill. I'm better now, I'm fine. I mean, I still have a cold, but you know, it's okay. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for staying until the end. You're my fave. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps so much. Hopefully I will see you in my next video. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I love you very much. Ciao, ciao.